Are you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic
to...
says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
Are you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
Are you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? So tonight we have a Christian pastor, preacher. He's some kind of figure in the Christian community, at least at the time that it was recorded. He is going to be telling us about why Dungeons and Dragons is some kind of gospel and it's going to ruin our kids. Utterly ruin them. Also, the end times are coming because of dragons. Apparently, dragons is yet another signal for the end times. So, if you heathens want to know why the world's going to end because of dragons and shit, Mario included, that little fat bastard is going to bring about the end of the earth. You want to know why? Please stay tuned. Sorry for my inept behavior right there a minute ago. But you guys know what time it is? Today I learned. Woohoo! That's the cowboy version of Mario. You know, he's got the woohoo! This is woohoo! Except it's the Hawaiian cowboy Mario. Didn't know Mario. I didn't know you could be a cowboy in Hawaii, but I just made it up. Anyways, first up on Today I Learned, we have supporters of religious violence are more likely to claim they're familiar with religious concepts that simply don't exist. And I actually looked into this a little bit further. I actually read the article, and it's literally what the title says. People that are more supportive of violent religious thoughts or actions seem to know their religion not as well as people that are far less violent. So it's kind of interesting how that correlates right there. They isolated their study pretty well as far as what I could tell, but then again, I'm not reading the actual paper. This is on SciPost, so I don't know. It could be a shit study, but it seems like they got all their ducks in a row, and it's kind of interesting how people are supportive of violence, but also don't know their religion. This was actually tested across different religions too, to include Islam. So this is a common trend regardless of religion. So it's kind of interesting. I have the link that I'll try to put in the description after the show. So if you guys want to see it, definitely go and check that out. And then next on Today I Learned, everybody wants to learn something else, don't you?
I always want to learn something.
Yeah.
I mean, most times.
Well, today I learned that Ghostbusters actor Ernie Hudson, who played Winston Zeddemore, auditioned as the voice for the same character in the animated series, but was rejected because they didn't think he sounded enough like Winston from the movie.
It was the same guy.
It was the exact same guy, but yet he did not sound enough like himself in order to make the cut for the cartoon series.
Interesting.
I know, right? It's really interesting. Come on, Ernie Hudson, try to sound more like your fucking self there, buddy. And then next on Today I Learned that California is named after a fictitious island described in a series of 16th century Spanish romance novels. The island was described as being inhabited by beautiful black women who wore gold armor and fought alongside Muslims. California's always been progressive. What?
I just said interesting.
Yeah, I know, it is. Oh, look, Daniel M. sent a super chat, say hi to David. Hey there, David. How you doing? And then we got Taco5150 that says, hey, GE, good afternoon from CA. Hey there, land of beautiful black women who wear gold armor and fight alongside Muslims. How you doing? always love these Today I Learns because, I mean, shit that you would never think is true is true. But next we have comments of the day. Prepare to face palm yourself in the next week. All right. First up is a truly insane comment. I got to pull out my Brocephus voice for this. I was forced to wear a mask for 3 hours for a mortgage license test that I could not reschedule. Motherfucker. It was the first time I've worn a mask during the entire pandemic. I developed low blood pressure, headaches, and a loss of consciousness. I had to wait 30 minutes before driving home. Anyone who says this is safe is hashtag lying.
You know, this really pisses me off. I was in the emergency room for 9 hours, and I wore it the entire time.
Well, honey, did you get low blood pressure?
I mean, no, I didn't have low blood pressure. I was sort of having a medical emergency, so I had kind of high blood pressure.
Did you have headaches?
Not really.
Did you lose consciousness?
Nearly.
Damn.
But not from the mask.
No, not from the mask. There's actually a lot of nurses that have taken to social media that have actually put on one of those oxygen monitors. Just the simple ones that you can put on your finger where it'll monitor your oxygen. And so, you actually don't lose any oxygen or anything like that. So I don't know why the fuck that they passed out. But it seems like it was something else other than the goddamn mask. So no, it's not that people are lying. You just think other people are lying, and you're attributing some other illness or some other medical emergency that you had. Maybe you're diabetic because low. I don't know how you would know the low blood pressure unless you got the EMTs called to you, which you don't say. Headaches, loss of consciousness. I don't know what in the fuck could have happened to you, but it definitely wasn't a goddamn mask. What was it? You're not being persecuted. You're just calm down. Take a pill. Take a pill.
You're fine.
You're fine. Well, I'll have to link Godless Cranium's video so that people know what I'm talking about.
Do you want me to get it?
Sure. Okay. All right. Next is I think they're a conspiracy nut. Right now, what we're going to play is a little game called Troll or Not a Troll that's been made popular on other channels. But right now, I really don't know if this guy's being a troll or not, so I'll let you determine. Your commentary is dismissive and a bit boring. N4S4 has given you a photo of your planet, and you just took it and ran. Have you seen what the planet looks like with your own eyes? When you're 4,000 feet in the air on a plane, does it dip down? Are Australians really walking around upside down? So you can understand why I would think this is a troll, because I really don't think that there are people out there that literally think Australians walk upside down. The idea of planes needing to dip their nose down in accordance with the curvature of the Earth, they're not exactly thinking about all of the mechanics of flying. Regularly, the plane has to readjust all the time in order to stay level, and due to turbulence, due to rough winds or whatever like that in the air. Also, there's the fact that gravity is pretty local. So if you keep flying on a level heading, right, as you're flying, if you keep making sure that it's level, you're automatically going to fly with the curvature of the Earth. So yeah, we got Uhan Roderick, who says not able to be watching now, sending love. Thank you, Uhan. I appreciate you, man. All right, so this guy's a dipshit. He's a dumb fucking idiot. Ding.
Ding.
And then we've got a fan of the show who responded to one of my stories this week, which, if you guys didn't know, YouTube has this nice story feature. It's a lot like Instagram and all these other places. Facebook now has stories too. But I've been doing YouTube stories on occasion, and Tyler said, mitochondrial Eve and Y chromosomal Adam prove the biblical account of two humans populating the Earth.
No.
I thought this was a really good comment to bring up because it is incredibly incorrect. For one thing, mitochondrial Eve and Y chromosomal Adam, they both lived hundreds of thousands of years apart. These are just the individuals that we can trace every living human being back to now. That doesn't mean that those two started the lineage of Homo sapien or anything like that. It just means those are the ones that we can trace farthest back to. Obviously, humans existed prior to that, but in some kind of fashion. That's not the start of the species, but those two individuals definitely conflict with the creation account in the Gospels, or not Gospels, but in the Bible, because of how far apart they lived, what areas they lived in, and just the simple fact that they couldn't have fucked.
But were they white?
But were they white? Considering that they were probably, I think they were
kidding.
in. Oh, okay.
That was a joke based on White Jesus.
White Jesus.
Yes.
Which we're actually going to be covering Eric Metaxas on Sunday, not Sunday, Monday. That's hopefully I can get that video written up and recorded. Written up tonight, recorded tomorrow. So hopefully we can get that done. But that'll be Monday. But anyways, I just wanted to give Tyler B just a quick second here. And I believe that's the last of the comments, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Last of the comments. Oh, but hey, y'all know what's next?
Shitty ass science?
Yeah! Shitty ass science! We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong. Oh, what's up, heathens? How y'all doing? I'm wearing this atheism shirt to make fun of you, by the way. Jesus Christ, I can't let GE keep dressing us. Anyways, this is some science coming in from user Rajashari 1993. You got a young fuck in there. Okay. So, how does define the Pythagorean theorem prevent the spread of COVID-19? Alrighty, this is pretty simple. So basically, have you guys heard of this whole leave enough space for Jesus kind of thing? Well, you see, Jesus hates math. He fucking hates it. He failed math class in Little Jerusalem school and everything like that. At Bethlehem school, wherever the fuck he went to elementary school at, he fucking hated math because he failed it every single time. And he said, fuck this shit, I'm going to become a preacher because it's easier. Anyways, this is the concept of leaving enough room for Jesus, okay? Jesus suspends the natural order of reality and causes a Pythagorean to go right the fuck out the window because he hates that shit, right? That's what stops the COVID-19. The space in between the people there that is obviously not going to be 1.5 meters. The space in between those motherfuckers actually is disrupting with space and time and I'm knocking shit everywhere. Space, time, and all that shit's getting thrown out the window between each of these individuals, and that's what stops the COVID-19. That's why social distancing works. Jesus gets in there, he stops it flat. It's like, no, sir, you will not infect these individuals because they are Christian and they are social distancing. So, if you need further convincing about the fact that you need to social distance and wear goddamn masks, maybe you should consider the idea that Jesus is between you and other people and he doesn't want you to touch other fucking people. He doesn't want you to breathe on other fucking people. So if you need to visualize Jesus standing there being like, stop it, I don't need your shit no more, COVID-19. Get out there with the Pythagorean shit theorem. You need to visualize that, go right ahead and visualize it, okay? Just stay 6 feet the fuck apart. All right.
You know, when I was growing up and going to Catholic school, it was leave room for the Holy Spirit.
Oh, was it Holy Spirit, Jesus, God? They're all three in the one and the same thing, okay? They're just different alter egos of the same individual.
Okay.
See? Anyways, people are asking what tonight's beverage is. This is Kraken cream soda. If you need to know the recipe, it is, I know it exactly because I drink out of a mason jar and they have little measurements on the side. It's just a little bit above this half point right here. 1/2. A little bit above that. That's how much Kraken you want to put in there. And then you fill the rest up with Sprite. I got Sprite Zero because my pancreas is a pussy.
You know, that's the line?
Huh?
That's the line you pointed. That's the right line?
I said below it.
Oh.
Like some not that much, but below that, like down here somewhere. When you got ice in there, it kind of makes sense.
I put more than that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You put more than the 1/2.
Like, yeah.
Did you put 3/4?
I don't remember exactly because I can't see the numbers on your jar, but I put a bit.
Okay, I'm totally fine with that. It tastes great. Anyways, I gotta jet on out of here, heathens. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, motherfuckers. I don't know how well that worked. Let me look. There we go.
You've got super chats.
I've got some super chats. Metalhead says, "What does your new masks look like?"
I've linked them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much there, Casey, for linking the masks there. They're available on the Teespring store. I'm supposed to be getting them in sometime. I wonder if I've actually got like a package awaiting out there in order to get them. I can look that shit up later. Anyway. But anyways, so yeah, they're I'm assuming they're good quality. I'm not sure yet. Who's your buddy says, "Are you suggesting Jesus ride to school on the short camel? Because that sounds like blasphemy." No, I don't think that he did. I think he just, gave the finger and was like, "Fuck all that shit." Terrence Clark says, "Leave room for Jesus plus about 5.5 feet." Yeah, because he's a skinny fuck. Anyways, yeah, this person didn't exactly think their little math problem out right here. I mean, it's perfectly fine to be 1.5 meters away from each other on all four sides, but that's definitely it's not gonna be 1.5 meters like in the center there. I don't think that math exactly works out. But anyways, let's get on into the response video. I know that you guys are wanting to know, how exactly does D&D have a gospel, for one? For two, how does it fuck with our children? 3, what does Mario have to do with any of this shit? We're gonna find out. Also, fuck Final Fantasy, apparently.
Dungeons & Dragons is a real serious problem. But as we'll see in the upcoming few moments, the problems with role-playing games have moved far beyond Dungeons & Dragons.
They've moved far beyond Dungeons and Dragons. They have hit points now and shit. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's goblins in them fucking games too. Don't you trust them goddamn goblins. Have you guys seen Stranger Things 3? Fuck, that is some weird shit.
Because in Japan, I've heard that like they're really into the role-playing games where you don't just bash people and kill them. You go around and you gotta use your head and stuff. But here it's sort of half and half.
Ah, so that's why they don't like it. That's the reason why they don't like it. They don't like it because of the fact that it makes kids think. Is that the reason why you don't like it there, pastor, preacher, person? Like, because it feels like that guy's like, yeah, they've been cosplaying out there, and now you got to do the RPGs, and you got to think a little bit instead of just mindlessly playing a video game. Oh, shit, it's making them think? Fuck, we need to stop this shit right now. God damn it, they're thinking now. Don't think, little shit. But I like how when they're talking about it, way back when, I just imagine a bunch of furries running around like Japan or Tokyo, just running around everywhere, and they're like cosplaying and shit, and like Americans over here in like the early 80s. Or late 80s, early 90s, they just think that Japanese people just run around in furry costumes. Oh shit, we got a super chat. Torsborn Lindeberg. It's 3 a.m. I can't sleep, but at least there is GE. Well, we're about to learn why Dungeons and Dragons can fuck off. Anybody else wanted to yell at those kids and be like, God damn it, you've got to jump out of the fucking water, then get your little flowery thingy. That's going to cause you to lose the tail. Don't worry about it. You got to run, jump over that little puddle, get on up there. You got to shove some fireballs up little fish's asses, and then you get the fuck up out of that world, because fuck underwater world. Underwater worlds.
No, I mean, I just wanted to yell at his mama about his haircut.
It was the 80s/90s, honey.
He had a mullet. That's never been okay.
I had a rat tail. That's one of those things that you don't know about me.
We're already married. I can't even about this.
She's regretting her life decisions now, guys. My husband had a rat tail when he was like 4. God damn it.
These are things you're supposed to tell someone before you get married. So they have a choice.
I am not related to this motherfucker right here. The one with the rat tail. I don't fucking know him.
Any idea at all that Dungeons & Dragons is a passé concern in the years gone by and that no one really plays it anyway is shot down immediately when we go into our local video store or into the toy stores and take a look at what the newest toys are. Because some of the hottest selling items, of course, are the Nintendo games. And I'm sure we've all...
Wait, he starts talking about Dungeons and Dragons and then he immediately switches to Nintendo. Like, I guess I don't understand why he connects the two. Like, I get that they're similar, that they're fantasy games, like the Nintendo games that he's talking about, fantasy games. And then Dungeons and Dragons is also fantasy, but I mean they're two vastly different ways to play like a game. So I don't know. He seems to jump between the two, but also like I love how these people act like, oh, if you are out there thinking that Dungeons and Dragons has gone away because you personally haven't noticed it, I'm here to tell you that they still sell that shit in toy stores. You just go in there and it is the best hot selling item. So obviously that means that people have not been buying this shit and they have just now realized. Sorry, I choked on my own spit. They have just now realized they're still selling this shit and they want to suck Satan dick. That's what they're going in there to do. They're going to cosplay themselves Satan, and then they're going to suck some Satan dick, and then they're going to praise Satan and sacrifice whole little kittens on an altar to Satan. Have I fearmongered you enough yet? Can you get on my bandwagon of hating D&D because I tried to play it one time and I just don't understand it? I can't play it, and I got mad. I tossed the board like I was playing fucking Monopoly.
It's okay to breathe.
Heard of Nintendo by now. And as we went into our local video store where they rented the games, we asked the sales clerk and he told us that they were sold right out, that they were rented every night and the kids who couldn't buy them were just renting them one night after another every time they could get their $5 to rent the games to play them.
Oh God, this is making me reminisce about fucking Blockbuster. Like, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so like back when Blockbuster was phasing out, they had this whole thing where you could pay a monthly amount. I think it was about $30, and you could have unlimited rentals the entire month. Oh fucking Christ, was that a godsend for me? I mean, if I sincerely believed in Jesus at that time, I was definitely thanking that motherfucker for that particular pass.
Did they do video games too?
Huh?
Did they do video games at Blockbuster?
They did do video games at Blockbuster. Although I didn't have, like, I did have, sometimes I had systems, but I more or less bought games. I didn't really rent them. I rented a lot of movies and shit. That's why I've seen every fucking movie that there is. Well, we got a few super chats. One from Daniel M says, there was a guy I met who went to Japan for a while, and he said they call the mullet the American cut. Oh no, this does not need, we do not need to be known for the mullet. I could just see him going into a barbershop. Yeah, why don't you give me the American? You know, business up front, party in the back. No, please God, no. Who's Your Buddy says, those games have dragons, demons, and magic. If children start associating those things with fiction, it's going to be harder to get them to buy religion. I had the same thought there, Who's Your Buddy. I'm glad we're on the same page. And then we got Terrence Clark who says, Matt Powell, video games! He had that whole rant. I did a review of that video where he ranted about video games. He shit on people for playing video games. And I feel like it's because maybe he tried playing it one time and he just couldn't understand it or something. And so he's like, fuck video games. They're atheists just sitting in their basements masturbating and playing video games all day. One hand a controller, the other hand their dick. And then we got Flum666 who says, I love you, John. Thank you. I'm not too quick to shout the love you phrase at somebody over the internet though. Thank you. I like you too. As a friend.
So we began to take a closer look at the Nintendo games, and as we walked down the aisles of the video store, we saw the incredibly descriptive titles. I'm looking at here some of the instruction manuals for Final Fantasy, and we'll talk about this in a second.
Oh shit, he's pulling out the Final Fantasy. I think his mind would be blown if he's seen the other Final Fantasies. I can only guess what he's going to be getting into. Oh, we had another super chat saying, "Oh shit." This is from Quentin. "Oh shit, them kids are using their minds. We got to stop that. Got to stop that shit. They're thinking about things. They're gonna put 1 and 2 together and come up with Noah's ship as a fucking false thing. There's no way we can sell that to them." Oh, but wait, we've got Pokemon now, where you can fit a whole like a whole animal in this really tiny ball. Fuck it, we might be able to salvage this shit.
Dungeon magic, wizardry, And this was only the beginning of what were in those video counters. Then we went and conducted some interviews with some young men who were video game addicts, so to speak, and who spent all their time at these games. And we learned, as I mentioned off the top of this report, that it's a whole new world out there. These kids are talking in terms we don't understand.
These kids are talking in terms that we don't understand. What the fuck's a hit point? Why do the different guns matter? Why does it matter whether or not you clean your weapon? Why is it they put on a ring and instantly gain 40% health? I have no fucking idea how that ring works. I feel like this is the case of an old guy that's being introduced to new technology, and he's like, new technology? I fucking hate it.
That's me.
Is that you, honey?
Yeah.
Fucking hate this new technology. You know, that's a good point, because when you got banned from Facebook, she was like, fuck, I've got to use Twitter now.
And I hated Twitter. I couldn't figure out how to deal with the threads. I had no clue who I was talking to when I was talking. Man, I hated Twitter. Now that's Instagram. I don't use Instagram, and I cannot for the life of me use Discord.
Uhan Roderick said, okay, boomer. If there was ever a perfect time to use okay, boomer, it is right now during this video. Daniel M says, I'm guessing Ken Ham never played any of this stuff. No, I would guess not, because he would rather read about dragons in the Bible than play like a game like Skyrim to defeat a dragon. It's like, you know what? I'd rather read about God's word when he talks about dragons in the Bible. Which is a good point to bring up. He's talking about like Dungeons and Dragons and Final Fantasy and all this other stuff. There are fantastical beasts in religious books all over. I mean, I don't know if you guys have read any of the Quran, but they have this one horse that's got a human head on it in it. And fucking Muhammad jumps on its back and rides it all the way to Mecca over a span of one single night, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, these religious books have fantastic fucking beasts in it too. I mean, honestly, you could turn the Bible into some kind of RPG if you wanted to, but this guy's just like, they're always renting these goddamn video games, and I just don't understand it. Why is a fucking Italian plumber being made by a Japanese company so that he can traverse an alien world? We got another another super chat from Hannibal and Monty's show, who I've been on their show before. They got a great show over there. They deserve y'all's subscription if you want to go and check them out. They do podcasts and stuff. But they said, "What's cracking, homies? Oh, we're just sitting here with this boomer trying to figure out fucking Final Fantasy."
They're in front of their video boards, and they totally understand and are entranced in a world that we know nothing about. One of the kids that we interviewed smiled because his mother was off the camera and said, my mother just can't figure this thing out. She doesn't even know where to turn the keyboard on. Yet this is his whole life, and the generation gap has grown as never before.
What fucking game console was he playing that you couldn't figure out the on switch for a keyboard? I'm not exactly sure which particular game system had a keyboard that functioned as the main system that you played on, because, I mean, even computers back then, which weren't exactly the best things for playing games on, but you still didn't turn on the power from the fucking keyboard. So I'm not exactly sure what particular game system he's talking about, but appealing to the parents who can't understand this new technology he's targeting the parents here. He's trying to scare them, about video games and everything like that. And it's just so hilarious to see him sitting there complaining about new technology. Like, we interviewed this one woman, she couldn't figure any kind of fucking shit out. You need to be scared of this because we don't know how new technology works. We got another super chat from Nathan Jasper, who says, who would have thought that people who worshipped a 2,000-year-old book of fables would have opinions so out of touch and irrelevant? Yep. Uhan said that the Atari 700 was basically a computer. I mean, I can say I don't think any of the game like the gaming systems used a like keyboard. See, that's where I'm not understanding it. Is that he was talking about using a keyboard to turn on the system. I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing this.
But to move beyond that and talk about these games, we began, as these children were playing the games and they were describing them to us, we began to look through the instruction manuals.
Oh shit, guys, pucker your assholes, because he's about to dive into fucking magic and mystery and Final Fantasy game manuals.
And I have here one for wizardry, and I don't know if you can see it from here. Maybe we can get another shot of it.
Oh fuck, wizardry. We can't have people thinking about wizardry. I mean, Jesus Christ, he was a fucking wizard, as well as was it? Honey, which one of them Elijah Elisha motherfuckers called fire from heaven? Was that Elisha? I think it was probably Elisha.
I don't recall what you're talking about, but it.
You don't remember? It was the part where the king of fucking Israel, Judea, whoever, sent like multiple armies to either Elisha or Elisha. Mm-hmm. And he was like, fuck you, no! And he like rained fire down from God on him. Mm. You don't remember that?
No.
Okay, anyways. Fucking Elijah, Elisha, Jesus, all of the prophets in the Bible were fucking wizards. They worked, huh?
Alyssa in the chat says it was Elijah.
Elijah. Thank you, Alyssa. I get those two mixed up. There's specific things that they do. But all of them fucks were fucking wizards. I mean, they wielded both dark and black and white magic, I guess you could say. They both definitely had sort of an RPG feel to them. Definitely Jesus, because he gets more powerful as the Gospels go on. It's almost like he's leveling up every single Gospel.
Off camera, you know, the Bible tells us that in the last days that the whole world will worship the dragon. And here we see right on the cover is the dragon. These kids are becoming acclimated to this very kind of thing. And
it's like that bitch with the monster can.
Yes, it is just like the bitch with the monster can. Basically, it's a conspiracy theory. End times conspiracy theories always hold on to vague connections between things that they think they read in the Bible and, you know, things that they see in their daily lives. So, like, he is connecting, like, this dragon on the cover of this video game with the end times because apparently dragons bring on the end times. And so he's making this vague, non sequitur type connection between these two things to really resonate with the parents who are watching this and being like, oh shit, you know what? That's right. God did say dragons will come and burn our ass. I remember that. Revelation 69:69. You're fucked because of dragons. It's exactly what it says.
began to look through the instruction manual, and I see here how to cast magical spells.
This is a fiction game.
Yeah. Yes, honey, I know. But I still have to revel in him being so dumbfounded by magical spells appearing in video games when magical spells appear all the time throughout the Bible. So I really don't understand what the difference is between this game, fictional, obviously, with its obvious magical supernatural nature, and the Bible. Like, this should make you think about the different things in the Bible that could be considered magical spells. I mean, like the Elijah, he parted the seas just like Moses. And then there's also Moses.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Moses, I mean, he did a lot of magical shit. I mean, at one point, he struck a rock and water came out. If that's not a fucking magical spell that he cast, I don't know what the fuck is. And then you've got fucking, what book are we in? Isaiah? He was casting fucking spells all the time and shit. So I don't want to hear this shit about how these games are like some kind of bad thing for teaching wizardry when the Bible is basically a wizardry tutorial book. So sorry, guys. We had a couple more super chats. Josiah Hansen says, I'm fishing on classic Zelda. How satanic am I? Classic Zelda?
Is there like a scale for this?
Well, so this is pretty early on in the, I guess, the levels for video games. So I'm guessing that you're probably around a level 5, like, I don't know, woodsman or something. That's what I would say. Oh, Dallas Wade is in the comments. Hey, Dallas, how you doing? He lives near me. We still, after this COVID thing, we got to hook up. Buck Melanoma. Love the name, by the way. I worship the dragon, Bruce Lee.
And mage spells and cleric spells. And you go to the pages that it's listed on, in this instance, page 41, and they have...
Hold on. What would be cleric spells? Is it a spell you cast to do all of your paperwork? Let's see. What's a cleric? A cleric, a priest, a religious leader, especially a Christian or Muslim one. Okay, so what am I? I think I'm thinking of like office clerk.
You're thinking of clerical work,
Clerical.
which is like secretary work.
They're so similar. Clerical, concerned with relating to office work, or also relating to the clergy. That's kind of a weird double meaning for that word. Because clerical could mean either office work or like clergy work, huh?
Church work.
Church work. We got a couple more super chats. One from Christopher and Dave. Wait till he finds out about Harry Potter. Oh, I'm sure that blew his fucking mind. I'm sure Harry Potter went Wingardium Leviosa, and then like his asshole probably puckered, and he was like, "Not today, Satan." M.A. Fletcher. Eisler, Skyrim is really going to put him over the top when he gets to that.
Wait, Fletch is here?
Fletch is here. I could just see him when Skyrim comes out. You mean to tell me I can play a video game where I can cast a spell and a fiery Satan demony person just appears and slings fireballs like that asshole plumber? Oh shit, this is definitely the work of the devil right here. Chris and Dave says healing magic. Which cleric, I find it funny that he's offended by cleric magic when, I mean, the entirety of like the clerical work of the Catholic Church seems to be magical thinking. Like when you think about it, it's like, oh shit, oh fuck, I stole this particular thing from this particular place. Do 3 Hail Marys and swear to Christ you'll never do it again. Done, Father! That's not technically how it works, but that's how we're going to pretend it works. Another super chat from Taco5150 that says, could if I started a religion around you? Sure.
No.
And then we got Germania who says, love you, Godless Engineer. Thank you, Germania. It's awesome to see you here, man. If anybody wants to search up Germania, go check him out and give him a subscribe as well. We got a lot of great people showing up tonight. All right, let's get on with this.
Complete descriptions of how to cast spells and how to contact powerful spirits.
Let me slow this down for you. In the video game, it tells you how to do it. It doesn't give you a recipe for brewing up some kind of fucking spell for any of those things. It tells you how to do it in the video game. You're acting like it's a tutorial on how to be a fucking wizard. It's not. It's telling you how to be a wizard in the video game. We got another super chat from Alyssa Oliviera. Maybe I said that right. It's the most severe cognitive dissonance. I know, right? It's so hilarious hearing this guy complain about magic when the Bible is full of magic.
And how to use these spirits and these powers to overcome, obviously, evil or good, because there's both white and black magic in these books.
That sounds racist.
There's no magic at all. It's fucking instructions for a game.
I know. But, honey, don't you think that kind of sounds racist? White and black magic? Like, I didn't realize they segregated that shit.
You didn't? You've never heard of black magic?
No, I've heard of it. I was making a joke by doing the same thing that he was doing, is taking it out of context and applying it in a totally different context. I get maybe my humor is a little too subtle. Luminiferous Ethan says, "Love the shirt, available in merch store." No, actually, if you just look up atheism periodic table, you'll find a plethora of stores out there that have different versions of this shirt going. So, you can just Google it and it'll bring you right to a page for it. We got another super chat from Michael W. Roble, who says, "This guy is Canadian. He made this video yesterday." Not that they're behind us culturally. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the Canadians are way ahead.
Yeah, I'm not about to make fun of Canada.
Oh shit. And then we got Kitty the Atheist, who said, "Love GE and KC. Stay safe." Also, this guy's dumb.
Hey, Kitty.
I agree. Hey, Kitty. Sam Dean says, "This is why dudes don't read instruction manuals. 1 minute you're reading it out loud to the family on Christmas morning. Next thing you know, Pazuzu!" I can just see waking up, reading that shit, and you going to your dad like, "Listen, motherfucker, Pazuzu!" And the dad's like, "Oh, what the fuck happened to me?" Oh. Thank you, Sam. Then we got Bill Paulson that says, "My paladin is going to be a follower of the engineer of the Godless." That sounds like an awesome cult right there. Quentin says, "Running jokes with Casey."
What happens?
We picked up another one to see if that was just coincidence, and it's dungeon magic here. And we look through again, and we see in here, casting magic spells, page 22, with a complete description. And it says here, each wizard has mastered a certain type of magic. When you meet a wizard, he will give you 4 basic elements of his mystical studies. So we have a wizard now teaching the children of his magical studies. And then here it says...
Question. I'm so sorry.
Yes, honey, what is your question?
Does this guy think that, like, when you play Monopoly, you're actually buying property?
I don't
or,
know.
like, when you read the instructions for Clue, that it's actually Colonel Mustard murdering somebody in the library with the candlestick? Like, does he think this is instructions on how to murder someone?
But, honey, these instruction manuals are teaching you how to be a wizard.
I don't understand. If that's the case, then the rules for Monopoly are teaching you how to do real estate.
Hey, if the world worked like Monopoly, I can tell you what, I would be bleeding Casey dry on money.
What?
That's what happened the last time. She got all cocky.
You cannot prove shit. I put that game board away.
Oh, you did, didn't you? So Casey was like, "You're spending a lot of money there. It seems like you got a money flow issue,
a cash flow problem.
And then just a few minutes later, she's the one running out of money, and I'm like sitting over here with all my Benjamins or whatever the fuck the game has, and I'm like, "Seems like you got a cash flow problem."
You know what? Fuck off. To be fair. You hit free parking. If you had not hit free parking with all that money,
yeah.
you would not have been in that position.
Yeah. But I like how he's keeping up the convolution between like real, I guess what you could call real like magic and everything like that, and the instructions in the video game, because he's trying to make it sound like these instruction manuals are teaching you how to literally be a wizard.
Yeah, and Uno taught me how to speak Spanish. Come on.
We got Sean J who says, watch his mind explode. Up, up, down, down, left, right, or left, right, BA start. Boosh!
I don't know what that's a cheat code for, but I feel like
that's commonly called the Konami code, and it was generally used as like a master code. It's something that like every game had that like unlocked everything or something like that. It was different for each game.
You're such a nerd.
I used to have a shirt with the Konami code on it, so I don't know where the fuck that went. It probably got ripped up or something. It was Contra.
Goddamn werewolf. It probably got ripped up.
Maybe I'll explain later, honey.
Okay.
But in any case, it's just so hilarious listening to this guy reading this instruction manual.
It is important to remember that the source of all magic is the life force of the user. This is the teaching of the occult. This is exactly what we were introduced into in Star Wars and E.T., that there is some magical power, some life force that runs throughout the universe, and it is this power that we can tap into for either good or evil.
I mean, so first off, he's shitting on Star Wars and E.T. Obviously, he doesn't know nerd culture, because definitely by the late 80s, early 90s, you had people that were still very infatuated with Star Trek. I guess maybe because Star Trek was like kind of a down-to-earth sort of storyline compared to,
it's better
Star Wars.
Than Star Wars.
Whatever, honey. We'll have that argument in the Skeptic Mafia comments, I'm sure. But he links E.T. Like, apparently E.T. is an example of this. The only thing that I can think of that he would think is an example of this is how psychically connected the kid was to the E.T. creature, right? It's like they basically bonded, except they bonded on a much deeper, psychological level. And so maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about the little light coming from his fucking finger. But I mean,
you're not allowed to read the next super chat. And me and Uhan can fight about it later.
Uhan Roderick said Star Trek is ass compared to Star Wars.
Better than. He meant better than. He doesn't know how to spell. It's okay.
He said ass compared to Star Wars.
It's better than.
Star Trek is ass.
He just mixed it up. He got confused. It's okay. Everybody gets confused sometimes.
So now let's just take a running count of how many things are satanic or demonic or a sign of the end times. We've got Dungeons and Dragons. We've got these video games, including Final Fantasy, which we still have to get to, but these magical, magic-oriented video games. And now we got Star Wars and E.T. that need to go and get fucked. Gurmania says, GE, I'd love to hear your response to my video 10 questions from an atheist. Oh, okay. Definitely. I can do that. I can look at it. I expect that sometime next week, I guess. That's currently what my schedule is looking like. All right, let's keep listening.
Of course, in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker would tap into it for good, and Darth Vader would tap into the same power for evil. So there was no God judging the hearts of mankind. There was no moral code to live up to.
Well, but there was a moral code to live up to. Also, this whole struggle between light and dark is evident in the Bible as well. What's the difference between the Star Wars and the Bible other than the Star Wars has a much better storyline? And that's saying, a lot. Because a lot of people don't like the Star Wars storyline. One person.
What? Yeah, definitely me. I don't like it.
It's kind of odd how he's shitting on it, saying that there's no like morality or anything like that, when obviously like the Jedi Knights have a moral code. they have a sense of honor and everything like that. But I mean, that's what differentiates the light from the dark. And however you want to define that moral code, some of them have maybe a fucked up sense of it, whatever you want to make of it. But to say that they don't have any kind of moral code or anything like that is just kind of ridiculous.
Even I know that.
Yeah, even Casey knows that. So we got Germania who sent a super sticker saying, "Keep it up." Definitely. Taco5150 says, Star Wars used to be better. Then the third trilogy came out. Now Star Trek is far superior. It also has much better world building. I think those are fair criticisms of Star Wars. Daniel M says, I can't get over his preachy, singy, songy voice. Yeah, I can't either.
We just had this power that we could use at our discretion, and here is this teaching right now in these video games. So it is not just some social misfit who is off playing Dungeons and Dragons in the corner somewhere. Now it's the very Nintendo games. I look at
I don't know why you gotta paint people that like to play Dungeons and Dragons as misfits that are off in the corner like doing something shady and shit. Like, why you gotta paint little kids like that, man? And adults. At this time, adults were playing D&D too. So, I mean, I don't understand why you gotta paint these people like they're some kind of social outcast. I mean, I get it that it probably wasn't a popular game at the time with like people that weren't kind of nerdy or into the fantasy world or whatnot. But that doesn't mean that they were like really antisocial necessarily. So, I mean, there are plenty of very sociable people now that love to play D&D.
They have leagues and shit.
They have leagues and shit. Like they've Magic the Gathering is a card game that is just exploded. And, they have their own league with their own tournaments and everything like that.
I mean, it's still nerdy people.
I mean, it is, but that doesn't mean that they're not sociable. Like they're antisocial.
No, it doesn't mean that.
another one here just to show you that this is not just an isolated example. I'm looking now at the instruction guide to one of the Nintendo games, Final Fantasy. And I look in here, page 72, white magic. Page 76, black magic. And once again, it's how you can get in touch with your wizard.
Hey kids, you want to get in touch with your inner wizard? Play Final Fantasy today and you will definitely be casting your first spells within the hour. You can definitely cast healing spells or those vicious spells that will drain your enemy's health at a rate of 40 HP per second.
Is this guy in Canada?
I mean, the kid that they filmed had a Canada jacket on.
Okay, I just asked because in the screenshot, they've got English and French right next to each other, and that's how they do a lot of things there.
Well, yeah, which, I mean, honestly, I kind of halfway expected him to be like, what's this fucking wizardry, Navi sort of fucking language they got down here? Like, I would, if he was in America, I would expect him to be like, Neveu de magie? What the fuck kind of wizardry magic is this? Did I just cast a spell to make my penis smaller?
Yeah, that's what it did.
That's what it did?
Apparently.
Fuck.
And learn all the levels of magic. You see, it's not just a simple one little thing. There are 8 different levels of magic, both white and black, that the kids can tap into here.
There's 8 levels of magic that they can tap into here. It's got all of the ingredients there. It's got eye of toads and tongues of slugs and everything like that. You just stir it on up and then you throw it in their eyes. Hey, you know what? Maybe we can cast a spell where we can turn dirt into magic dirt. We can form some things and we can cause them to come to life.
Like humans?
Yeah, like humans or something. Make good little servants that'll just worship you all the time. That if they fuck up, you can definitely fuck them up back, right? Because you created them. You can do anything you want to them, right? There's that. Or what we could do is spit in some dirt and then throw it in somebody's eyes who's blind, by the way, and we can heal them. That's one particular healing magic thing. Or, hey, what if we cast a spell to get rid of all the demons and force the demons into a crowd of pigs? That sounds like a pretty good idea, doesn't it, honey?
No,
We could probably learn that from Final Fantasy, right?
I have no idea. I don't play these things.
Oh, everything that I just listed comes from the Bible.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the video games.
I was trying to make a point that the Bible has magic in it. There are obvious magical spells in it. He's
Oh.
complaining about this game
I got you.
Yeah. He's complaining about a game who has fake magic in it, who tells you like how to do things within the game.
It's kind of like fake prophets.
Yeah, it is. It is like fake prophets.
I think we've made the point of the incredible occultism that is contained in all these games. But the important point, and if we can leave you from this report with one bit of understanding, it is that all of these things reinforce each other. We go from the cartoons, to the videos, to the rock and roll music, and now to these video games. And then we go to the...
Did he say rock and roll music?
Yeah, there's an obvious... So, first it was the cartoons. Then it was the rock and roll. Then it was the video games.
You know, I have a friend whose dad was a Pentecostal pastor.
Yeah.
And he was not allowed to listen to Elvis. He was born in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was, yeah.
That Elvis is some serious shit. He'll make you twerk your asshole and conjure the devil at the same time. So, this is like this progression is a perfect example of a slippery slope. I mean, he starts off with this false premise of all of these things like causing some kind of like occult rebellion or causing some kind of bad thing to happen. He's obviously starting off from a false conclusion of these things, but this is obviously a slippery slope, you know, where he goes cartoons, TV, rock and roll, video games, and they're all compounding upon each other to bring about Satan to rule the world. I mean, I wonder what this guy thinks now of the video games that we have, because you can literally strap on a visor and get literally put into a game.
Not literally.
Well, for him, he would think it's literally. I mean, he's reading these manuals like they're literally teaching you magic. I'm sure that he thinks that you're literally transported into another world. He would shit his pants over VR.
I mean, I would just sit him down with TikTok and he'd probably die.
How the fuck does this work? This is Satan's work right here. Fuck TikTok.
educational classroom, and we see that these kids are getting a worldview one after another that is building on top of this. We have children who spend, they say the statistics, I've said it before, 7 hours a day watching television. They spend another 2 or 3 hours in front of these video games. By the time they go to bed at night, they have had another gospel preached to them through these cartoons.
And there you go. There's the gospel. The title of this, Christian Exposes the Dungeons and Dragons Gospel. And I mean, it's not only about Dungeons and Dragons, but he definitely says that these things are preaching a gospel to children, and they've spent all day absorbing this gospel. And so basically he's just mad about another quote unquote religion trying to take over what he perceives as his parking space, his religion's parking space, right? These kids are spending way too much time thinking about all these fantastical things, these fantastical stories. They're having to use their brains to figure shit out, to do problem solving stuff. And apparently that just doesn't coincide with his particular agenda for, you know, making their brains a parking space for his particular religion. I mean, this might be getting a little too deep into what he's actually trying to do with it, but it's obviously that he's fear-mongering parents to try to get them to stop letting kids like take part in these kind of things for however much amount of time, so that they can spend that time thinking about his particular magical belief. So we got a couple super chats. Taco5150 says VR Skyrim would destroy his mind. I fucking agree with that. That's accurate as shit. Daniel M, walk up to this guy, shake the D20, then throw it in the air. I can just see that right now. Somebody walking up to him being like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker." Ha ha! D20, sumbitch. And he's just like, "God damn it, what the fuck just happened to me? Oh shit."
What does that even mean?
Well, so in Dungeons and Dragons, you have a 20-sided die, and that's how you make choices. Like in the game, like whenever you got to roll, you roll the die, and then whatever comes up, you have a certain action that occurs, like in the manual or whatnot. So you got
in your wizard book.
In the wizard manual, there's something that happens, and like normally, like hitting a D20, generally, I haven't played, so I might be saying this wrong, but D20 is generally like the best outcome or the best thing that could happen. So it's like
rolling a 6 on a normal person dice.
Yeah, honey, it's like rolling a 6. Anyways, let's continue.
And hopefully this report is helping to show you that that gospel is a consistent gospel. This just isn't a modge podge of different things that we're picking out the little bits that we oppose and leaving the rest untouched. From morning until night, it is the gospel that you are God. You have the power within you, and there is this life force that we can tap into for good or evil. And this generation is being set up for a deception, the worshiping of the dragon. And you look at the fronts of these video games, and one after another, it's a dragon pictured or a serpent. And the kids are eating it up and being groomed for the day that lies ahead when the Antichrist is revealed to this world.
So, according to this guy, he thinks that video games, comics, cartoons, TV, rock and roll music, all of it's leading up to licking Satan's balls. And I don't see the connection here. I feel like it's very much a slippery slope to say that all of these things will lead to Satan ball licking. And I don't know. It seems really fucking out there, even for the late 80s, early 90s. I know that if I was watching this as a parent, I'd be like, these are video games. The magic is not real. You're not being prepped for anything. What the fuck are you talking about? Because it really sounds like he thinks these things are real. And that kids are worshiping these dragons that are on the front of it. Nobody's worshiping these games. Nobody worships games now. You do one bad event in a video game can fucking tank it. Just look at Last of Us 2, Part 2. I mean, I enjoyed the game. I thought that it was a great direction that the game went in, and it's not surprising considering one of the sources of inspiration is The Walking Dead, who's been known to pull such
Don't spoil anything.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
The Walking Dead it has been known to pull really big twists, and do things that you're not expecting them to. It's like, oh, they're not gonna do that. Oh shit, they did that. I love the game for the twist that it did, and nobody is worshiping that game. Nobody worships any game, and there are so many games out there that do not include dragons. But I'm sure that he would think that Skyrim is definitely like leading us up to licking Satan's ballsack. We got Uhan Roderick who says, wait until he sees Skyrim mods. Oh shit. That would blow his mind for sure. Oh man. All right. So that's going to be it for the video tonight. This guy's just pretty much fear mongering today. He exposed the Dungeons and Dragons gospel by saying that kids are spending all their time playing these games, doing all these things, not enough time thinking about Jesus and the magic that he works. Because obviously you need his particular version of magic in order to be a good person or to get into heaven or something like that. One thing that I didn't get to touch on is the whole idea that God judges us based on our actions. And there's multiple different ideas about this, but I would say that for a good portion of Christians today, it really doesn't matter if you do good or bad. It just matters whether or not you believe in Jesus. If you do good and bad while you believe in Jesus and you ask for forgiveness and promise never to do it again, then you're perfectly fine. So it's not really about the good or bad things that you do. It's about whether or not you believe in Jesus, and that is what this guy is ultimately concerned with. He's concerned with kids making the connection between this magic in the video games and the magic that occurs in the Bible. Luckily, though, humans have a wonderful ability to compartmentalize. That's as far as in this particular context, they sort of segment their thoughts off, leaving religion alone and not making the connection to these other things that show how you probably shouldn't believe in the religion. That the religion is just another version of these things. There's a special place in people's brains where they compartmentalize it and it stays protected. This is an actual psychological thing that happens. I wish I had some studies queued up for you guys. I didn't think about this before the stream tonight, obviously, but definitely look up compartmentalization as far as psychology goes, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. We're about to get into the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you don't know, the Skeptic Mafia is the membership here on the channel. If you want to become a Skeptic Mafia member, you just smash the join link down there, or go to joinskepticmafia.com and you can become a Skeptic Mafia member. We have various levels. If you just want all the cool emojis, you can go for that first shield level, which is ironically named because it's the lowest level. But you can get that, and you can get all those awesome emojis that you see people putting in the side chat. You also get your name in green and everything like that. And then there's other levels too. So if you want to go do that, please do. It'd be awesome to have you over here on the Skeptic Mafia.
I have to say something before you go. Henry Hansen in the chat reminded me of something. So, do you remember that game? Was it called Testament?
The U Testament.
U Testament. This guy wants to complain about video games, but that video game was horrifying. People got babies from hugs.
Yeah.
So, like, your video games are the worst.
I should really find. I wonder if I can find the download for that somewhere on my PC and install it again.
If you can't find it, I bet you Vadim has it.
I don't think I sent it to Vadim because it was a pretty large thing. But,
I bet Vadim isn't Vadim the one who sent it to you?
No.
Testament? Oh, okay. I thought he sent it.
I had to find it.
Oh, okay.
So I found it, I downloaded it and everything like that, and so I should really play it on the channel one day.
You should.
But yeah, so we're going to be going into the Skeptic Mafia comments. That's where the Skeptic Mafia leaves, their own personal takes on it. But if you're leaving out, hope you guys have a nice night, lovely weekend, and everything like that. And don't forget to smash that like button. If this is the first time you're here, definitely subscribe if you like this kind of content. We stream every single Friday night. You guys can come, have a good time, relax, drink a beer, have fun looking at stupid religious shit like this. And so don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. And I guess I'll see you guys on Monday, where we're going to be talking about Eric Metaxas, talking about science and God. So we'll see you guys then. Bye, heathens.
But don't go.
Yes, but don't go, because we are about to get into the Skeptic Mafia comments. And I do believe I have that shit pulled up.
You know what game had a lot of religious stuff in it, but it was so good, was BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite?
It was a good game.
Infinite was a really good game. I think they're actually queuing up a new BioShock game. If I'm correct about that. All right, Hellbound Hillbilly. I can't wait to play the new BioShock whenever it comes out. So, Hellbound Hillbilly. Oh my! These instruction manuals give me explicit instructions for casting a fireball spell. On my goes by selecting magic from the menu, coding the fireball spell from the spell list, selecting the enemy you wish to target, then hoping hoping the order the battle plays out doesn't end up with the black mage dead before his turn comes up. I must be forgetting the part of Final Fantasy where we pledged our souls and sacrificed a virgin to Baal so the party could defeat the Lick. It's like this guy couldn't differentiate fantasy from reality, where when there's a book involved, whether it's a magical missile or catering fish sandwiches for 5,000 people on short notice, he thinks it's real. Well, it's almost time for the stream, so I'll get to watching that. And if you want to see these videos really early and have a chance to get GE to read your commentary on the matter, join the Skeptic Mafia. And don't forget to wash your nasty ass hands and wear a freaking mask. That's right, Hellbound Hillbilly. Wear a damn mask. Thank you for your comment, man. Vanta Blue. I wonder if this guy ever read any H.P. Lovecraft. He'd succumb to an aneurysm. Oh, God. He would definitely think that's Satan. Like, Satan is an octopus-headed motherfucker that rises up out of the sea. When all you're looking for is evil deeds, that's all you'll see. Maybe he should be looking for the God he supposedly believes in or for good deeds. Yep, you would think that he would do that, but obviously not. Michael W. Roble! I love your name, by the way, because I always want to act like I'm announcing some fighter entering the ring. In the left corner, it's Michael W. Roble! I'm weird. Don't judge me. So, what's all the ruckus about? It's not very Canadian of him, is it? Kinda really good, After all, with only 2 weeks of the summer every year and being snowed in the rest of the time, what do the children, or the little beavers as they like to call them, have to do besides cartoons, video games, and rock and roll? Damn that Celine Dion. Anyway, the last dragon that visited Canada froze to death and was eaten by lumberjacks wearing women's clothes. Obscure Monty Python Canada reference.
You know, there are lady lumberjacks. They're called lumberjills.
Lumberjills? Really?
Yes.
That makes sense.
I didn't make it up.
Oh, I know, honey. Just another hysterical Christian who probably isn't wearing a mask, so don't be like him. Wear a mask. Don't be stupid. Thank you. Thank you, Michael W. Roble. Dave Lee. Look at the CRT on that television. How old is this video? He didn't mention the internet. That's how old this video is. The only thing that this video tells you is, we don't like the cartoons, we don't like the videos, we don't like the rock and roll, and now we don't like them video games. That made my ears ring.
Yeah, sometimes when you talk, my ears ring too.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. Hey, Team Skeptic.
Oh, Team Skeptic's here. Awesome. One more thing. When he said, get in touch with your wizard, was that code for rubbing one out? I mean, I'm not saying that it was. I'm just saying we don't know.
We don't know. Brainbug is here too.
Brainbug! So, Jonathan Nichols says, so magic is wrong when it is contained in a video game or a move and isn't real. Magic is somehow right when it is performed by God and he believes it to be real. Of course, none of this is real magic, and I don't know many Christians who would accept that. According to their book, their God performs magic, but magic and miracle share the same definition. I think that's a fair comparison. These games are just harmless fun, but this man has clearly never learned to leave the satanic panic behind. To me, he comes across as somewhat less than rational, for he seems to be magical. He seems to see magical conspiracies everywhere. Any form of magic that doesn't come from his religion is wrong, somehow. If he could only set his fable aside, he might see that all these fantasy games aren't as scary or as real as he seems to think. I agree, but compartmentalization is a tough fuck to get past. So he's like the final fucking boss. Sean J. This video just makes me feel old. This was really just a follow-on jumping on the bandwagon of the various wars against the youth culture at the time. It was especially prevalent among people that were so very, very disconnected from the youth and the speed of the change of technology. Might I say boomers? Sorry, I know that's become a serious pejorative now. But it seems like you're like, it's only if you're a boomer do you not get this shit. To accurately answer this, I am going to use an anonymous answer to someone's question of, do you sin when you like to listen to heavy metal? On Quora, as it is the same basic premise as the content of this video and sums up my thoughts nicely. Yes, the Bible clearly states that you must only listen to country music and pop music if you want to get to heaven. Metal, rap, and electronic music are music of the devil and of liberal scum. Jesus was a straight conservative white male who lived in Texas. Oh shit. No, do whatever the hell you want. Don't let religion control you. You can always seek redemption for your sins after you do them. Jesus is very forgiving. Agreed. I think Jesus is very forgiving. Otherwise, what did he die for? If you can't listen to heavy metal and then ask for forgiveness afterwards, what did Jesus die for? He died for nothing, didn't he?
I mean, you shouldn't have to ask for forgiveness.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a good point. You shouldn't have to ask for forgiveness in the first place. Wacko in Seattle says his conclusion is kind of right, but for the wrong reason. Where are the parents? My question is especially poignant considering that the Bible thumpers promote shared family values. Sleepy in Seattle is now Wacko in Seattle after some name-calling responses on Twitter. Oh, really? That sucks, man. I'm sorry that you had to change that, or you felt like you had to change that. I thought it was like Sleepy in Seattle's always been a pretty cool name to me, but yeah, you do you, man. Sorry you had to go through that, but also thank you for the comment. Terrence Clark. Oh no! My kids do all sorts of stuff involved with dragons? They make dragon toys, watch TV shows about how to train dragons, and discuss all of the types of dragons. What will I ever do? That said, I think raising them half pagan and half atheist might just be a bigger issue. I do have to wonder, with all this pearl clutching over 8-bit video games, what people like this would think if they ever attended a pagan festival, with actual people, some of whom in the nude, dancing around the fire at midnight and performing fertility rituals. Does that mean fucking? I think you mean fucking.
I don't think that's what he means.
We actually had someone try and sneak onto a festival grounds one year, presumably to get evidence of the scandalous things going on there. To be honest, the only thing that bothered anyone is that he didn't want to pay admission. Come on, man, you always got to pay admission. Why you got to try to sneak in like that? I'm sure you can expense that shit for whatever kind of paper you're working for. Or book or something, I don't know. Ooh, Han Roger, but thank you, Terrence, for your comment. Uhan Roderick. Okay, I know this video is about video games, but something stuck out to me and I couldn't let it go. He talks about there being no God in Star Wars judging the hearts of mankind and no moral code to live up to. That's funny. I seem to recall characters in the movie pretty easily figuring out that there was a good and evil going on, that there is a moral right and wrong. Star Wars is a classic good versus evil story. The rebels fighting for the freedom of the galaxy against the tyrannical empire who eviscerated anyone and anything that disagreed and wouldn't align with them. Wait, maybe God was in Star Wars after all. Yeah, I do believe that the stormtroopers were aptly modeled, like the Empire in general, especially the stormtroopers, were modeled after Nazis. So, I mean, yeah, there definitely was a sense of good and evil in the movie. As far as the video games are concerned, he's a fucking idiot.
Ding.
These instruction manuals teach kids how to cast spells, leaves out the by pushing A part of it. It was this kind of dipshit, head-up-ass, thick-headed thinking that put 3 boys behind bars for 18 years because they listened to heavy metal music. Thanks, Satanic Panic. Now kindly go fuck yourself, okay? Thanks. If you really want to worship Satan, or don't, hit that subscribe button right now. I hath commanded it. Don't forget to hit that join button or head over to joinskepticmafia.com and join the coolest club on the internet. We teach all members how to throw real lightning bolts and fireballs. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I don't know if you guys know that reference, but let me know in the chat if you know that reference.
I do not.
Please note, the ability to throw lightning and fireballs is not available in all areas, excludes all continents of the Sol D planet Earth. Thank you for understanding. Wear your damn masks and wash your damn hands. If you have an awesome reason why you don't need to, stop. Go home, go to your room, you are grounded. Some of us godless heathen assholes want to look out for the lives and health of the people around us. Good point there, Uhan. I so appreciate your comment, man.
Before you move on, you've got a super chat, but he retracted it because I think there was an autocorrect problem, but it's below Rob Montgomery. He tagged you below.
Okay, I see it.
Okay.
Rob Montgomery. It's true. I played a Final Fantasy game and Satan taught me how to suplex a freight train. Yes. That sounds like Final Fantasy. I love suplexing freight trains.
Sorry, I just didn't want to lose it.
No, thank you so much for that.
Since it was separated from the...
Yeah. Jukane 726 talking about RPGs, playing Super Mario 3. Let's see. A collection of writings about a religion doesn't like anyone worshiping anything other than what they're saying. I wonder what that would be. You may need to talk to someone about being unable to distinguish fantasy from reality. Interesting thing to note is that there is actually a study out there where they studied children who were highly religious versus children who were not religious. And the ones that were highly religious were less likely to distinguish fantasy from reality than the kids that were raised secular. So, yeah, that's something to consider with this. Good, according to the Bible, is following something without evidence. Are you the person who would jump off a cliff if someone told you to because they said that God wanted you to? Dungeons and Dragons demands people get together and communicate their intentions well to each other and coordinate the efforts. If that is not social activity, I don't know what is. That is a good fucking point. Video game RPGs, while at the same time they were not inherently social, even then, people often share their experiences with video games to others. Good point. Say it with me now. Okay, boomer. Also, for you Star Wars fans out there, the Force outlines actions as either being light side or the dark side. I'd say that is a form of morality. Definitely agree there, Jukane. Thank you so much for your comment. Oh, we got Christopher and Dave, and he's got he's always got the great ASCIIs. Wow. Just wow. When was this recorded? Back in the late 80s, early 90s? That's exactly what I said, so I'm not sure, but yeah, that sounds about right. back when the satanic panic was going on from the looks of it. Sad thing is, this shit's still going on, and the fact that people still believe this nonsense. As an avid RPG fan, it pisses me off to no end when they go off saying that RPGs are evil or D&D is evil, other nonsense like that. Also, nowhere in Final Fantasy or Wizardry, yes, I even played that as a kid, was I ever taught how to cast spells. Even the books just say access the menu hub or over this portion, press the A button. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't teach magic because magic doesn't fucking exist, you fucking lunatic.
Dang.
Anyway,
It was close enough.
It was close enough. Anyway, he needs to get aboard the shut the fuck up truck. Insert shilling here. I don't know if you guys have considered joining the Skeptic Mafia, but if you haven't, we have a podcast that normally lasts about an hour where we talk about current events and things going on. We also watch videos and stuff like that. And
Crazy Corner.
We have Crazy Corner where we go over crazy fucking videos from that week, mainly from Right Wing Watch. So it's always a lot of fun. But
and I'm there.
And KC's there. If you want more KC, you got to sign up for the Skeptic Mafia.
You get GE for free, but you got to pay for me.
That sounds about right, honestly. To add, Star Wars, Star Trek, both vastly superior to Space Mormonism, aka Battlestar Galactica. Hey! Battlestar Galactica was a good show. Even the ending of it was interesting, and I liked it. Okay? So Battlestar Galactica is pretty good, in my opinion. Casey would disagree, obviously.
I mean, I don't know. I never watched it.
You probably won't like it. It's a lot of space shit.
Okay.
Arduin. Oh noes. Kids are having fun? It must be the work of the devil. May this evil disappear real soon. Ramen. Wish I had a colander right now. Thank you, Arduin. Daniel M. GE sings. Okay, here we go. A trip down memory lane. Let's see if GE captures how I envisioned it in my head. Hint, it has to have an 80s sitcom theme song style. I don't think I did that, but I think I did pretty good with it. I don't know. Let me know what Daniel M says. Daniel, did I capture it? Did I capture how you envisioned it? The first thing I thought is, wow, if someone were to pluck the 80s version of him and plop him into right now, he would shit the fuck right out of himself. Not just because someone would have to invent time travel to do so, although I would shit myself if that were the case, but because of how games are now. From what I remember in the 80s, it was fucks like this guy who couldn't separate fantasy from reality. The kids of that time, this time, and the future, I won't tell my secrets, seem to have no problem with this. My advice to him is to lose the tie, unbutton the two top buttons, grow a mullet, the American, as it's known in Japan, and do lots of blow. Then he will understand. Goddamn. Getting a hat with the long cloth hanging down the back of his sunglasses that look like window shades will help too. Well, to those who are not from the 80s, yes, we actually had to get off the couch to change the channel for our parents. Edit. I'm not insinuating that kids from the 80s didn't blow or had to in order to separate fantasy from reality. I am just making fun of the fact that blow was pretty prevalent in the 80s. Edit 2. I'm not suggesting that anyone do drugs. Just in case this post demonetized GE, I will be sending a super chat about now, plus or minus the lag. I think you've done enough super chats tonight, Daniel. You don't need to, but I
one.
Huh?
He did one.
He did one? Okay. I'll read it here in a minute.
No, it's applicable. You need to read it right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was applicable. Daniel M. singing. Staying monetized with GE.
That needs tuned.
It also needs someone that knows how to play it.
That's a whole other issue.
Trickster! I am not a gamer to the extent some are, but I do enjoy a good video game from time to time. I thought that this video was mainly about Final Fantasy and the like, but I had no idea that Mario Bros. Is an evil game as well. Well, if you think about it, it does kind of have a dragon in it in the form of Bowser, who's more or less like a pissed off snapping turtle. But yeah, I can see that. He presents us with instruction booklets that show how to cast spells and use magic. But I would like the chance to ask him if they all show the same methods of casting spells. The Force in Star Wars is also evil, even though it closely mirrors what most Christian apologists say about the Christian God. The fact that he is everywhere and in everything. Sound familiar? Kind of sounds like the Force. Like, share, and subscribe if you have a few extra bucks. Hit that join button or go to joinskepticmafia.com and become and be a member of a group of people who seek truth. GE will give you things like a podcast every Tuesday, a chance to see Friday's video early, and a chance to drop a comment, and GE will read it live on air. So you too can feel like a star. You also get some really cool emojis to use in live chats. As always, stand up and use your voice. Treat your fellow man and woman with respect and wash your damn hands. Thank you, Trickster. Gary White. I played a lot of video games and I really turned out fine. This person doesn't really make any sense, and to me, he looks like he got offended because that he didn't get to play as a child. So the way he is showing that it's bad to play a game, how about he does this in the words of The Rock? He can take that video game, shine it up real nice, keep shining it, turn that video sideways, and stick it straight up his candy ass. Video games help you escape reality for a minute, and if that guy couldn't understand that, then he is lost in the sauce. Thank you, Gary, for your comment. Drew's Book Reviews. Man, if this guy's worried about Nintendo games, he would die of fright with some of the occult dark fantasy I've read. Those games have nothing on some of the modern fantasy. In Terry Goodkind's The Third Kingdom, the main characters are trapped behind a hidden kingdom, behind the barrier that separates the world of the dead from the living, while being hunted by hordes of Shuntuk undead warriors wanting to feast on the living in an attempt to devour their souls and claim them for their own. That book actually gave me nightmares. Okay. Or maybe Arlen Bales from the Demon Cycle, who hunts demons who stalk the world of the living in the night, devouring the demonic flesh and becoming one of them in an effort to gain their powers and prevail over the demon hordes that stalk the night. That sounds interesting. It also sounds like he'd shit himself over that one. Or how about Balzamaman from the Wheel of Time, Dark Lord who uses undead Merdral, and twisted creatures of merged flesh of beasts and humans to do his bidding as he literally hunts the dragon reborn. Note, the hero of this story is the dragon, the one whom this guy says the Bible says is the evil one, who is to be the savior of the world. This guy has no idea about the dark occult fantasy content and literature out there now. Since I am such an avid fantasy reader, I guess I just might be corrupted in awaiting the Dark Lord's return. I do wish the Dark Lord would hurry up. I'm getting a bit tired of waiting. Oh, and tell Casey she is right that Star Trek is better than Star Wars, and she is right. I'm sure that she appreciates that so much, don't you, honey?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it kind of sounds like, by at least according to the guy's standards in the video.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was distracted. Yes,
Okay.
I do. Star Trek is better than Star Wars.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it except for you and Uhan.
By the guy in the videos tonight's standards, it definitely seems like Drew is licking Satan's ballsack at this point.
What?
Just saying, Drew.
Rude.
Oh, that's rude.
Rude.
Alex Baranowski. We found the male version of Karen. He has made a logical error. He thinks that video games are bad, and I agree, but he has the reason wrong. The issue is not that video games teach kids magic and attract demons and exclude God. However, video games encourage sedentary, asocial behavior in children, which is tangibly harmful to them. Kids need less screen time and more outside hiking time. Parents are lazy for sticking their kids in front of a TV or computer all day to keep them occupied. My concern would be the child will grow up to be a 30-year-old simp living in mommy's basement because he has no life skills and can only work part-time at Walmart. Teach your kids how to grow, to garden, keep pets, and explore the woods for Pete's sake. I wouldn't call magic or wizardry a cult. A cult denotes a worship. Perhaps they are idolizing the magic, but I don't think it's a spiritual issue. He fails to demonstrate that the Antichrist or the regular Christ even exist, and that these games have an effect on either. If you're so confident in the strength of having faith in Christ, why worry about these occult influences in the first place? Does he know you have to target impressionable kids to make them believe any of this shit in the first place? Thanks for the good laugh on this one. For more good laughs, consider joining the Skeptic Mafia. For the price of a Subway footlong, you get early access to GE shit and exclusive podcasts and a monthly hangout. You can play with GE's 15-foot whale dick and make him say whatever you like Mario Kart Wii is better than Wii Sports. I would agree with that one, actually.
Is Wii Sports the one where they have the bowling and the tennis? And
yeah.
That is so fun. I disagree.
Mario Kart's always going to beat out
No,
any
I don't
kind
like
of default.
driving games.
Don't forget to wash your damn hands, wear a mask, and go outside for a good long walk. Every system in your body will thank you, and you may see some cool plants and animals. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate your comment. Cadence said, I played all these games as a child, and look at me. I came out just fine. It's not like I turned to the devil and said, "Hail Satan," every day or something. Oh, wait. Yeah, he's got a point. Thank you so much, Cadence, for your Skeptic Mafia comment. I appreciate that so much. Let's see, we got Uhan Rajak with another super chat saying, reminder, wash your damn hands and wear your damn mask. That's right. I should be able to show off the masks somewhat soon.
I love how the super chat will let you do damn but not ass.
Oh shit, I do have a package to pick up, and apparently it was the final reminder for it 8 hours ago.
Oh.
I need to go and pick that up. Yeah, it's probably my masks, honestly. But maybe we can pick that up tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you want to ask a quick question or something, in the chat,
Jonathan Hanachek said that you didn't read his comment.
Oh, okay. Crap. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it pulled up again. I might have to go into the studio, make sure you didn't get caught by the spam thing, because obviously I refreshed it before I started reading it, so it had to have gotten caught by spam. The spam filter or whatever the fuck. Hold on. Let's see. Held for review. Oh, yep, there we go. You see, used to it would tell me that shit got like hung up, but YouTube has stopped like notifying you on like the posts about it getting hung up. So let me see if I can get it. Here we go. You know, I'm really glad you guys don't think that I do this on purpose, like miss your comments. Asshole! I know you missed my comment on purpose, motherfucker. Anyways, thank you, Jonathan. Dummy ass, what the fuck? Okay, will the smart person please help this dummy ass out? Great. KC, hope that you have a great weekend, and thanks for keeping John on point for the podcast. The man, the myth, the legend, Godless engineer, thanks for having the best you can be. Without you, we would only have dummy ass like this out there. Read as the mothers from Waterboy telling us that Star Wars and Star Trek are made by the devil. I can't do her voice all that well. Thanks, you all. Have a great weekend, y'all. And KC is almost always right. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, Jonathan. You're not helping the situation here at home.
He's not wrong.
All right. Woo! That was a good show tonight. I appreciate all you heathens being here. Team Skeptic said later, GE, have a good night. GE and KC, have a good night. Awesome. When is the next Myth live? That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure because I don't think that I'm going to be having it tomorrow. And Sunday, I actually have a debate conversation kind of thing. It's going to be happening over on Standing for Truth's channel. Finally got John Maddox to agree to have a discussion on some stuff. He's been talking a lot of shit lately, so I'm actually going to confront him. And so that's going to be happening. So probably not this week, but we'll probably end up doing it this next coming week sometime. Maybe next weekend. I'm not sure. But let's see. Jane Pusinger says, here's the paid comment. This guy is off his rocker. I thought this type of Christianity died off. Clerical is a personality type in church too. Oh, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that.
She kept trying to do a super chat and it was not working.
Yeah, sometimes it would do that, but I mean, you're already part of the Skeptic Mafia, so I'm already more likely to read your chat out in general. So, yeah, you just gotta let me know whenever if that happens, or if you just really want me to pay attention to something. Christopher and Dave says, I know this is way off topic, but what is your opinion on Trump signing the executive order to effectively ban TikTok? I know they're garbage, but banning the service altogether? So that's a very good thing to bring up, because it is quite ridiculous for them to ban TikTok. And I don't know if Trump actually has that power. Maybe something's come out recently where it actually says that he can do that. But it seems to me like that's kind of overreaching, and I really think that that's fascist. Like even people that were staunchly on his side have come to the realization of how fascist Trump is actually getting. I know the one thing that really knocked it over the edge for some conservatives was him wanting to actually meddle with the election, pushing it back and everything, because of something, whether it be COVID or because of the possible election fraud that he thinks is coming. Either one of those, I mean, it just seems rather ridiculous. We got Utah Outcasts. You guys are awesome. Definitely go and subscribe to Utah Outcasts over there. We got a lot of great people showing up tonight. Wuhan has concerns about TikTok. We all have concerns about TikTok. Question this says, yeah, he's acting like North Korea. I think he took notes. Let's see. Quentin Van Boeven says, I feel like that this is against the First Amendment, you know, like the most important one. Yeah, I know. Sunian says, I hate TikTok. It is Vine, but longer. Wretches, but ban. Fuck Trump.
Wuhan and I are going to fight.
Ooh, why?
We're going to have a fight.
Godless Engineer, Star Trek is about as good as Trump's presidency. Sucks. Oh, damn. Prepare for a fight there, Wuhan.
It's on.
Utah Outcast says, most of my friends with security clearances can't use TikTok because of it being Chinese owned. Which, I mean, I guess I don't understand the importance of it being Chinese owned because, like, Tencent Games owns a whole lot of like video game properties. I mean, are we just not allowed to play like anything from China? Because like that rules out some major players. Like,
well, I know there have been some security concerns with TikTok for a long time.
Yeah,
and they can play it, or they can have TikTok, just not on any device that they get their.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
no,
any
government device. No,
but on their personal devices they can have it.
SCI. Is that top? What's SCI clearance?
Like special access programs.
Oh, okay.
Like where you have a clearance specifically for that thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a general overall like secret or top secret. It's for a specific thing.
Yeah, and I agree, Utah Cast, you don't put any apps on a government phone unless you want a stern talking to. Secure, compartmentalized information. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't heard of anything in the pipeline, you know, about how you can't personally use TikTok, like, on your phone.
Me either.
Have heard a lot of talk about the Hatch Act, though. Especially from Trump, who apparently says that the Hatch Act doesn't exist.
Well, he was saying it doesn't apply to him.
I know. Yeah, that's the nuance there. He just says that the Hatch Act apparently doesn't apply to him, which I don't know, may or may not be true. I'm not exactly sure about that, because I don't know that particular law all that well. Cadence says it's because Chinese companies with foreign ties have to have backdoor access with the CCP, and it's mandatory. Oh, okay. I didn't know that either. The CCP can order the Chinese company to give up any information. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm about to go and delete TikTok. Yeah, Gary, you're going to have to retype it.
I have no idea. I looked. I don't know.
There's been a lot of comments. Plus, we're about to get off of the air. Look into it. It's pretty fucked up. I'm gonna have to. Utah says, yeah, it's only on government devices, but most people just said fuck it and don't have it on their own devices. Oh, okay. It records keystrokes. That's one of the big issues. Oh, interesting. Well, you know, I really haven't been fucking around with TikTok lately. I mean, I used to try to post all my stories there as well, but I don't know. It just got really tedious, and I don't get too much out of it. Although I did meet a lot of cool people on TikTok. Some shit talkers who can't actually back up their shit too, but you know.
Hey, is the nerd trivia, is that on it's on Wednesday, right?
This coming Wednesday, I think. Yeah, I think this coming Wednesday is it.
Yeah, so you should show people some of the shit they can win.
Oh shit.
We gotta get people on nerd trivia.
Yeah. See, Gary's comment was, our NHL team, the Columbus Blue Jackets, are up 2-0 on the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 4. Awesome. I don't really watch a lot of hockey, or that would probably like convey more information to me, but I don't know. Are you happy about that there, Gary? The Stolen Earths, they proudly wear the troll banner, apparently. And I agree, Utah Outcast, it is basically just Vine 2.0, and it's just another social media when we do the stuff. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. All right.
Here's your cow.
So I won this nearly invisible cow.
Oh shit, it's right. It's yellow.
Yeah. So this, I don't know if you know Moobies, but Moobies is from the View Askew universe, the Clerks and Chasing Amy, Mallrats, like the entire Kevin Smith kind of universe. Moobies is a big thing. And then we got these guys right here, Superman and Batman. We won these on trivia night as well. Oh, this is a little bank, honey. He's got like a little slot in his back.
Yes, he's a bank.
I can put all the change in there.
We got this little tiki's.
A Superman tiki.
Yeah. See, if you want shit like this, all you have to do is play nerd trivia.
I don't know. Superman looks like he's trying to squeeze out a massive shit in this one.
Oh, does he?
He's like, I gotta get it out. Power shit. Oh, here's my book.
Yeah.
Brightest Day, Green Lantern, Jeff Johns, done. Oh, this is a comic book. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is awesome. Oh, yeah, you guys probably couldn't see that for a second.
And then
I won this.
From Robin's collection, we got this Roxy doll. Roxy robot.
Huh?
From Robin's collection.
Robin's
Host.
collection. Oh,
Host
yeah.
Robin. We got the Roxy robot.
Oh, we won the Roxy robot.
Yeah.
This looks like a vintage collectible right here.
It is.
Oh, copyright 2003. Damn. 17 years old.
So yeah, we'll post on Twitter and probably in the community tab on Wednesday a link to the nerd trivia, and y'all should come play. It's really fun.
It is. It is pretty fun. For me at least, it turns into who can Google faster. It's never me. Utah Outcast says, thanks for the shout out. You guys are awesome over there. I really had fun. Even though I believe my browser crapped out when I was doing that with you guys, but I tried to get back in there as fast as I could. So Cadence says, first thought, 2003, that's not old. That was recently. And then fuck, I'm old. 2003 is when I graduated. When did you graduate, honey?
None of your business. Not 2003.
Oh, man. But anyways, I've actually got to get on out of here. We've been going for almost 2 hours now. God damn. This is a good stream. I guess I will talk to you heathens later. Be sure to join us. Like I said, Sunday night, I definitely have a debate with John Maddox. Monday, we're talking about science and religion. And yeah, so I guess we will talk to you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice. Bye, heathens. Hope y'all have a nice weekend.
Bye, y'all.